Unfortunately, tonight, the top story is still the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which has now gone on for 8 horrific days. While the two sides did temporarily agree to a ceasefire this afternoon to arrange civilian evacuations in certain areas of the country, Russia's terrible onslaught has continued into what is going to be its 9th day now. The Russians now claim to have taken over the port city of Kherson, but there's still plenty of fight left in the Ukrainians, who continue to hold the capital city of Kyiv and the crucial city of Kharkiv, while a lot has been made of the menacing 40-mile-long convoy of Russian tanks that is now attempting to encircle Kyiv. They can't quite seem to get there.
The armed convoy stalling is showcasing some major logistical problems that the Russian military has not been undergoing pretty basic maintenance of a lot of its equipment. One of the things that was actually pointed out by an expert in military transport tires, yes, there is such a thing, is that these Russian military convoy equipment needs to be moved all of the time. The reason why is if you let it sit out in the sun, specifically these level of tires, these tires which are very important to moving off terrain, which is not roads, that they need to be and cannot be left sitting in the sun. And he looked at a lot of open source intelligence that ended up coming out of Ukraine, and he's watching all of these tires getting shredded. There's a lot of abandoned Russian transport vehicles in the mud. And at the same time, one of the reasons why you see Russian transport equipment all massing on roads is because if they go off-road, they're going to sink and get stuck in the mud.
Wait, what? One of the world's largest armies can't take over Ukraine for the same reason I can't walk across the yard when it rains? Oh, man, I don't have the right shoes on. It's too muddy. I don't want to ruin my Clarks. Okay, so they're obviously having some logistical problems on the ground. You know, I heard once that you actually go to war with the army that you have, not the one you wish you had. I wonder if Putin's ever heard that. Someone should ask him. Anywho, the army itself is getting stuck in the mud, and the AAA lady has been on hold with them for hours now. We've all been there, guys. What other issues are they having with the war that was only supposed to take them a couple of days?
The official number that the Russian Ministry of Defense acknowledges is 498 Russian combat deaths, with 1,500 injured. Now, that's probably on the lower end.
Oh, my Lord. Russia is acknowledging 500 dead troops in just 1 week. I cannot imagine that that's going over well with the Russian people back home. Now, I don't mean to be flippant about the loss of life here. No fresh-faced Russian kid ordered himself to invade Ukraine and shell civilians. And there is a lot of talk of incredibly low morale among the Russian soldiers. This is actually having huge effects on Putin's government back in Russia.
Russian citizens by the thousands are protesting the war in Ukraine at great personal risk to themselves as the Putin government cracks down on all kinds of dissent.
From Yekaterinburg to St. Petersburg to the capital, Moscow, thousands of Russians across the country sharing one chant, one voice, spilling into streets and city squares, outraged ever since President Vladimir Putin last week ordered a full-scale invasion of neighboring Ukraine. But as swiftly as Russians began to decry the conflict, so too came the armed police to strangle the dissent. One video on social media showed Russian security forces in St. Petersburg roughing up a woman holding a peace sign and a baby. Speaking out risked not only physical harm, but Russian authorities warned protesters could face criminal charges that could mark their records for life. An independent monitoring group reports that more than 6,000 demonstrators have been arrested.
Oh yeah, and think about the courage that must take to publicly protest the war in Russia, knowing you could very well just disappear. I can't even imagine that amount of bravery. The closest I've ever come to being that brave is answering a Zoom call from work when a meeting wasn't scheduled. Oh, God. It's Jennifer. What does she want? Please Please, Jennifer, don't ask me if I did the thing you told me to do this morning. We both know I didn't. Hey, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you like what we're doing here, the best way to support the show is to become a premium subscriber, which you can do at the top link right down there in the description. As a premium Seannie Mac Show subscriber, you'll get the full video and audio versions of every episode early and ad-free. That's before anyone else gets it and without me asking you to do stuff like I am right now. Plus, you'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes content, a weekly Q&A with me, where you can ask me anything and I'll answer it, and premium subscribers get exclusive discounts on all our future merchandise, as well as discounts on tickets to all of our future live shows. It really is the best way to support the show and keep it going. Again, that's at the top link right down there in the description. Do it, and I will love you forever.